Ellie's Blanket. An original tale by BrightMind Stories. In the heart of a bustling town stood a small, cozy house, home to a little girl named Ellie. Ellie had a treasured possession, a soft white blanket that had been her companion since she was a baby. The blanket resembled the fluffy wool of a sheep and the big warm hand of a giant. It was her comfort in times of sadness and her partner in times of joy. Ellie and her blanket were inseparable, adventuring from the backyard to the moonlit skies of her dreams. One day, her family welcomed a new baby brother, and with him came laughter, love, and a lot of crying. Ellie was excited yet anxious about being a big sister. She wanted to help, to be part of her brother's world, but she didn't know how. One evening, as the baby's cries echoed through the house, Ellie wrapped herself in her blanket, seeking the comfort it always provided. As she walked past her brother's room, the blanket trailed behind her, brushing against the crib. To Ellie's surprise, her brother's cries softened. Curious, she draped the blanket over him. Like magic, the crying stopped, and her brother's face relaxed into a peaceful sleep. Ellie knew, in that moment, the blanket was more than just a piece of fabric. It was a source of comfort, not just for her, but for her brother too. The next day, Ellie overheard her parents talking in the kitchen. Her dad suggested going to watch a new movie over the weekend.
Shall we watch a movie tomorrow, sweetheart? It's our favorite.
Her dad's excitement filled the air, but her mom reminded him.
We need to think about what's best for Ellie and the baby now. Let's go to the park instead. It'll be good for both of them.
Ellie listened, hidden around the corner, the weight of her parents' sacrifice settling in her heart. That night, Ellie lay in bed, her beloved blanket in her arms. She thought about her parents giving up their plans for the family. She thought about her brother, so tiny and new, and how the blanket had soothed him. The struggle within her was real. She loved her blanket, yet she loved her brother too. Could she really give it up? Days passed, and Ellie's internal battle raged on. She watched her brother struggle to find comfort, her blanket always in her sight, a reminder of the choice she faced. Then came a quiet afternoon, when Ellie, wrapped in her blanket, sat watching her brother in his crib. Her heart ached with love and uncertainty. It was then she made her decision. With a deep breath, Ellie approached her brother, her blanket trailing behind her like a cape of courage. She gently placed the blanket over her brother, whispering,
"This is for you."
Ellie's parents watched from the doorway, pride and love in their eyes. Her mom said softly,
Ellie, that was very generous of you.
Her dad added,
You're an amazing big sister.
It wasn't easy for Ellie to watch her blanket with her brother, but seeing him calm and happy made her heart swell. In giving up her blanket, Ellie finally found a way to be part of her brother's world, by willing to put her brother before herself. And with that realization, Ellie fully embraced her role as a big sister. Moral: Love is giving what you treasure most to someone who needs it more.